This week, Unreal Engine brings crazy AI updates, Mesh to MetaHuman, new native MCP, and markerless mocap animation, and much more. We also have new open source 3D and image model that really stands out. And 3D Gaussian Splats get supported by big guys such as Autodesk and Houdini. We're gonna talk about this and more today with PixelArtistry.
We can't start this AI news video without mentioning the release of Unreal Engine 5.8 because it includes some major AI features that you should know and that you can embed into your workflows and games. And you will see that it's now available. It has been out, I think, just for a few days now, and it comes with some really cool features. We will cover in this video all the important ones you need to know. So let's directly start with the first one. And the first one is basically that we have an upgrade now in the MetaHuman creator called Mesh to MetaHuman. And this one is cool because you might know it already. The MetaHuman creator was possible that you can merge basically a face from a 3D character onto the MetaHuman mesh, and then you get way nicer topology and so on. And now they took it even a step further. And this is basically that you can turn now any human mesh included with the body and its head into a MetaHuman character. And this will then also achieve the MetaHuman topology that you can see here in a single workflow. So basically we can go now and create an AI mesh and then take it into the Unreal Engine 5.8. And then we can constrain it, basically this character, and transform it into a MetaHuman mesh, and you will have a really nice topology as you can see here. This is of course a huge time saver, and we are going to definitely explore it in one of our next videos, so definitely stay tuned.
Alright, second important update from Unreal Engine is of course MCP. And you might actually know that it already had some MCP or plugins how you can connect agents to it, but now this time it's native, it's way easier, it's way straightforward, it has more tools available for your agents such as PCG, Niagara, blueprints, and that works way smoother. I mean, I of course already tested that, the video is on my channel, and I tried to build the whole city using that same PCG, and that actually works. From my research, I spotted that it's still a bit limited from some angles, and if you combine it with some free plugins, or now it's not a plugin, it's like an add-on really, such as Vibe UE, you can get like really an ultimate setup. Again, that Vibe UE plugin is also free, and yes, you can connect it to codecs, not only Claude Code, you can connect it like to Gemini, you can try connect it to Mistral or any other open source LLM as well, and that's most likely gonna work well. You can also let me know in the comments if you would like to see this MCP work together with some open source LLM, because I'm considering doing video about that if you guys want it.
And we are not done yet with Unreal Engine 5.8 because we even have now Markerless Motion Capture. And this is of course really cool because you can now shoot any video of yourself basically without having a motion capture suit, and Unreal Engine will be able to track your motion, and then you will be able to extract a skeleton from it and then apply it to your 3D character, which is of course really nice because it will enable you, even if you don't have a lot of budget to buy a whole motion capture suit, it will be now possible with AI actually to do that. Let's check out also some examples. So as you can see here, for example, on the YouTube channel Smart Poly covered it already with some examples here. So you can see you have your video on the left side, then you have your animated mesh on the middle part, and here the Unreal Engine 5.8 character, which is of course really cool because you can see it's quite accurate and it's easy to track. It reminds me a bit of what Reallusion published last year already with also their motion capture tools. But it's really cool to see. One thing to notice here is, as you can see, the camera is not moving, so that could be definitely a limit. You know, the camera is quite steady, so with moving footage it could still be quite complicated to do that, but I think it's definitely a cool step in the right direction and could enable you to build your own animation library from just going out, shooting yourself, and then taking that animations into Unreal Engine.
Next up, two big companies announces that they're gonna support Gaussian Splats and actually make it a priority. So Houdini 22 makes Gaussian Splats a first-class citizen. That's how announcement sounds, and indeed they introduced support supports, and you can not only render them inside and use them, but you can also relight them. And that's absolutely makes sense, because if you watch my previous video, we do have quite a lot of open source such as Houdini World, such as MCP Support, which you can run even on low VRAM. Again, MCP Support you can run on 8 GB. It's natively pre-installed in ComfyUI right now, and it works quite amazing. And Autodesk Arnold's new version also starting to support 3D Gaussian Splats. This is basically a rendering tool that can be connected with 3ds Max, Maya, and Houdini as well. So it's like double support. Again, not only they started to support rendering that, but also it's possible to relight it right inside the engine, which actually makes sense. In my opinion, that's great, because I see huge evolution of AI generated 3D GS splats and even 4D GS captures or like generations. Like that actually opens the whole new area to explore, and I really see it used in movies and stuff.
Next big news is that we actually have a new 3D AI generator, which is not released yet. They just released a paper, but you can see it's called Flux 3D. It looks actually really promising when I first looked at it, because it has one standout feature. It's not the geometry itself, but you can see that the texture accuracy is quite high here. You will see some examples here. So it's basically taking the input image, then it will Gaussian render this, and then, it will create a mesh from it. It's definitely an interesting read. We will also put this down below for you. The license is under a Creative Commons attribution license. So basically you can then use it also for free. And you will see some examples here. So basically it's taking an input image, then it will transform that with multi-view. And one thing you will notice, and that is something we have not seen before, is that it's quite good with text actually for creating textures. So you can see it, for example, here on this, let's say soup cover or chicken cover or whatever it is. But you will also see that it has here as well some really nice capturings and renderings of the texture itself and from the input image. And of course, we will link it for you down below to read through it. I think it's a really interesting paper. Probably can even combine then with Trellis 2, for example, to create an even better result. But it's definitely a really interesting read and definitely worth to check out. You also have here some more examples compared to other 3D AI generators, and usually Flux is really bringing out high quality stuff. And you can see it even better here with the texture accuracy I mentioned. So you will see, for example, on the Pringles box that it will be able to read that quite accurately, which is really exciting to see actually, because this is what we're striving for in the end, to have texture accuracy. So really cool stuff, definitely to check out.
Another curious paper that we got is Stability AI. A bit confusing in terms of name, because I believe there was some other stuff named similar way, but it actually makes sense in terms of what these guys actually developed. So we do have a 3D generation model, text to 3D, with control over shape. So basically you can tell where the shape should be or where it should not, and also set the constraints. That is actually very important, and I hope that we have more and more control over generation, where we can, set some primitives and generate shapes like really how we imagine that. I would say hard surfaces is a bit of a problem right now, because like all this generation usually like do fantasize. Like, I mean, they do really good job, but really like if we can also have this control over it, that'd be amazing. I really want to see this work together with like, Tripo and Houdini, where you can do some primitives, say like, okay, definitely nothing here. That will really make sense. Right now, again, it's only text to 3D together with constraints, but everything is released and you can actually try to run it locally.
And then last but not least, we have Krea 2.0, and this is also really cool to see. And why are we covering this? Well, basically because it's now open source. And this is of course really nice to see. Krea 2.0 is a really strong AI image generator, which obviously will help you with a lot of stuff like creating textures, but of course obviously also input images for the characters or assets you would like to create for your games and so on. You can even train LoRa's with the weights they just released, so really exciting stuff. In case you would like to see something in this direction, and let me know. But basically the weights are available. You will also see that you can fine-tune Krea 2. As example, I mentioned here the Ostrus AI toolkit, and you can use it now as well directly in ComfyUI. So definitely make sure to check that out. You can basically find the workflow workflow in here as well as the download for it. Only thing you need to do is upgrading ComfyUI and then making sure that you download this workflow that you can see here, and then you can try it out yourself basically. So really cool stuff though, and let me know what you think about the new tool. And now back to Stefan.
And one last thing to mention is that we are expecting Seedance 2.5, and there are already leaks that it's going to support up to 30 seconds 4K and work with up to 50 references. That's like crazy. I really want to test it out, like to see like how consistent it will be, because again, still we do have like Seedance 2.0, but in most of the time we do short generations and then combine, because the longer you generate it at once, the less accurate it is and it starts like to hallucinate. 30 seconds sounds impressive, but it will matter how accurate it follows the reference images, this scenario, and like that it actually makes sense. Well, I guess we'll figure it out soon, and please let me know in the comments if you want more content related to video AI, because I really enjoy experimenting, bridging 3D play blasts and render them with AI such as Seedance.
Alright guys, this was it for this week. Let us know down below in the comments what you would like to see next, obviously. Make sure to subscribe to Stefan's and my channel, which would help us a lot. So actually, see you on the next one.